Edward Lucas White was an American writer and poet, born in 1866 in Bergen, New Jersey, the son of Thomas Hurley White and Kate Butler Lucas, educated at the University School for Boys and Johns Hopkins University. He taught the classics at Friends School, the Boys Latin School, the University School for Boys, and McDonough School between 1892 and 1934. In 1900, he married Agnes Gerry, their marriage being a happy one, being the inspiration for his 1932 book, Matrimony. His wife died in 1927, and unable to secure another teaching position, and with severe financial issues, he committed suicide in 1934. He wrote successful historical novels such as his The Unwilling Vestal or Undivius Hedulio, Adventures of a Roman Nobleman in the Days of the Empire. He is, however, remembered most for his two collections of fantastic fiction, The Song of the Sirens, and today's subject, the 1927 Lukundoo and Other Stories. In Lukundoo, Singleton tells his friend Toomley, when provoked, what happened to him one time in Africa, where he had been with Van Rieten exploring pygmies, when an Englishman came from the bush and took them to Singleton's old friend Stone, who had but recently disposed of a powerful Balunda witch doctor. Now he is suffering from something like carbuncles, boils joined beneath the skin, which he cuts off with a razor over and over. He is also delirious, and talks to himself in Balunda, in two voices at once. The picture puzzle is a much more mundane affair, where two bereaved parents whose 4-year-old daughter was kidnapped each see a different vision in a picture puzzle the wife buys on a whim, which lead them to discover their daughter in time for Christmas. The Snout is the story of a man just released from a year in prison, being made to take part in a robbery in a massive foreboding house surrounded by a massive foreboding wall, housing the mysterious heir of Vortigern Eversney, whom none had ever seen in the 40 years since his birth, and who has never left the building. 3 men go in, but the surprise they get when they meet Mr. Hengist Eversney in the flesh proves a bit fatal. Alfandega 49A takes place at a summer boarding house managed by the Hibbards, yet it concerns their absent son, an office in Rio, and a man who keeps renting said office to people that tend to fall out of the window to their deaths regularly. The message on the slate has a woman go to a clairvoyant who admits he is a fraud, but she presses him anyway due to a prophetic dream she had, and he falls into a real trance. The woman, using the information she gains, determines to win back her husband's love from his first dead wife by unearthing the second mysterious coffin he had buried with her own. Amina is the story of Waldo, his travels in Persia, and the woman he met when he rested beside an old tomb one day, when he and the ambassador went to take part in a very bloody ghoul hunt. The pigskin belt has Colonel Case come back to Brexington to buy some property, but living in a tent outside of town, but refusing to enter the house of any man, because he is at feud with a power as far-reaching as the displeasure of God. Then living in a house with hundreds of dogs, drawing circles in dogs' blood to defend against sorcery, and nearly killing his cousin because he thought she was someone or something else. The House of the Nightmare has a man smash up his car, and then sleeping in a house where an odd boy tells him there's ghosts around, as he dreams of being nearly devoured by a giant sow. Sorcery Island has a man crash his plane on a private island owned by his college friend Pembroke, who built a private luxurious residence there, but who seems to be keeping his servants on the island against their will, with the aid of the sorcery of an old Welsh witch and her geese. These stories are usually very good, though some conversations do go on a bit. Still, it is very brilliant.